It's a car you better not poop in. The toilet is right next to the bed. Don't be that guy.
Millennials in a camper van. It was never the RV plan. Big time hitch for an outdoors man. Into the fire from the frying pan.
This is a 2005 Ford F-350 crew cab and a 2016 Hoist Mammoth truck bed camper.
It's Hoist Mammoth, you know.
Too lazy to change it. Moving on. It is one of the largest truck bed campers you can get. Look at it. It's almost the same height as a full-size RV. And during these times, trademark summer 2020, they're hot on the used market. Because what else are you going to do but go out to state parks and figure out where you're going to crank it away from your family? Truck bed campers are for people who want to carry around their own filth, but who also don't want to get an air brake endorsement or a medical card. The Hoist Mammoth gives you that Admiral's Club experience at Piedmont Air prices. Piedmont Air, fasten your seatbelt and piss your pants, it's Piedmont Air. This has a short wheelbase for a camper. As long as you have overhead clearance, you can turn around wherever any large pickup truck can also turn around. But the wind, this is so tall and so short. The wind steers you like a parent steering you from your head. Okay, did this happen to anybody else? Like when you're single digits and you're, I don't know, at Hershey Park or something, and your parents are trying to guide you. And this is sort of like a level above holding your hand, in that you have more responsibility. Like, okay, we're not going to hold your hand. We trust you that you can walk on your own. But you're getting distracted, you're looking around, so the parent will take their hand, put it on top of your head, and just steer your head left and right. So like, okay, look back over here, steer it back over here. And I remember getting a hand on the top of my head and going, and your whole body like, oh, guess we're going this way. That's what it's like driving this thing. Every now and again, the wind grabs the top of the camper and goes, oh, we're going to go in the middle of the lane. Oh, we're going to go over here to the shoulder. Some truck bed campers are made to order. Most are just general. They're going to have all the basic utilities, but it's really up to you to decide what you want. And if you got one of these truck bed campers, they may not be up to 2020 like home specifications. But you bought a truck bed camper because you don't want to spend a lot of money. So you're not going to drop a whole lot of money into a sound system for one of these things. But you still want to have that home theater-like surround sound when you have people over. Hey, kids! It's Cove Speaker time. The internet's automotive adjacent sponsor. Press both pairing buttons. Wait for it to pair to your phone, and then, split that sound log. Press play and, Bathe in surrounding aesthetic. You now have 2 high and mid speakers and 2 subs, total of 4. Use coupon code RCT60, that's Romeo Charlie Tango 60, to get over 64% off the Cove Commuter 2 split. Link in the description.
Yeah, so it's got 2 propane tanks with a switch over there.
Does the propane, is that just for cooking or does it run other things?
No, that runs the fridge, it runs the generator.
Air conditioner?
Yeah, that runs the air conditioner. Yep, all of it. You can run some of it off battery, but the batteries don't last that awful long. It was one thing that I have to replace. They let the batteries run dry. So the gentleman passed away 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. He had a truck camper before this, bought this one, used it once, passed away. His family finally said it was time to, sell it and sell the truck. So they sold it to me. It had only been used one time, and that was one of the only things that wasn't good on it. It was brand new on the inside, brand new on the outside. It's just the batteries ran dry, so got to replace those. But
those are
other than that,
that's deep cell marine batteries.
Yep, deep cell marine. Yeah, it's a compressor style fridge.
Okay.
So they're fairly common in marine and RV settings. But it can run on electric. It's a dual mode, so it can run on electric when you have the generator, you have it hooked up to 30 amp service, or it can run on LP and just use a small amount of electricity out of the batteries to run the board, and then the rest of it is a compressor style where it's using propane to cool the fridge down, and it stays cold all the time.
And you leave it in auto mode, and the thing knows when it's on, when it has enough electricity, when it's connected to a good power source, it'll automatically switch between LP and electricity, whatever's more available.
Yep. Cool. So this is the generator that I have. It's a propane generator. It's got an external shower as well as an internal. All the jacks are automatic and have a wireless controller, so you turn the jacks on, you can put the jacks down and just take the fasteners off and then pull away.
So I drove a full-size SUV.
RV,
yeah.
Well, like 3 years ago.
All right.
And that thing was a big sloshy mess.
Yeah.
And but all we did was go to Cabela's to a Love's, which is big parking lot to Interstate Highway to big parking lot. Now we're in medium parking lot to small parking lot, and we have this.
Yeah.
So, what do I need to do?
So you can just get in normally. Move the seat for sure. I have it pretty far up. So the only things you need to think about when you drive this is the height. Like you obviously won't fit under that. Most tree branches are okay. Coming in here, you have to watch out. But it's just it has a high center of gravity, and it's not long like the other one. So it bounces, it moves, it feels like it's moving a lot more than it actually is. Show you the bathroom here. So this is the big party piece. Let me open up the shower curtain here.
Oh, look at that.
And this closes off, so this is completely separated from the front, and if you have someone in bed that you don't want to, it completely closes off into...
May I stand in the tub?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Yep. So even though you're in the back of a truck, here you are. You have
This is civilized.
Sealed off bathroom. You have a fan.
Fart fan?
You can throw this on to vent it out. You have your toilet, which is actually porcelain.
Whoa.
So you have your real toilet. You have your quick flush down here. Right down on the side, and all your toiletry storage up here, and toilet paper right under the sink.
Should we have the jacks down, or is it okay?
No, it's perfectly fine. It just rocks a little bit because of the suspension, but no, it's perfectly fine.
Okay. Can everybody else come in?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Also, do you want me to turn on the generator and the AC?
Sure.
Nice. That's a queen?
King.
Should I close this
Here,
thing?
check this out.
This door?
Yeah, sure.
I'll close that.
Sounds like our generator.
It does, because it's the same generator. It's the same old damn generator. They
So
all
when you
sound
turn
the
on the
same.
generator, you have to prime it first, and then after you prime the generator, you have to wait till it comes on and starts supplying power. So you'll see that on the microwave first, so if you give it about a minute, it'll come on here.
How old is the generator? That's
3 years, yeah.
3 years, okay.
3 years old. The furnace settings as well. So the AC will come on.
Ford F-350 Super Duty. From Joe Camel to Toe Camel. Hey, Martha, your clam is showing. Put on some rolls about the jorts. Hey, Martha, I hooked up the camper. Want to go visit the kids? Yeah, me neither. A camper is a strange thing if you think about it. The idea is to encourage travel and to get people out into nature, but it does this in a way that also encourages them to prioritize comfort over the experience of roughing it. It's a land boat in every sense of the term. You know the way people take their boats out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a lake, and get drunk and blast loud music? You can do the same thing with something like this. The truck is here to accommodate the camper, and the camper is here to accommodate the desire to be in nature while bypassing it altogether. After all, you can put these jacks down and just leave in the truck. In a very John Milton way, we lose paradise when we miss the forest for the trees. Because as the poem says, solitude sometimes is best society. But something like this puts forth the argument that no, camping should be communal, not solitary. You can't throw your experience away. Not when you have all these sorts of seating places that turn into beds and 2 satellite TVs, and the antenna there on the roof under that dome thing, and a shower, and a combination microwave and convection oven, and a stove, and a toilet for pooping. You better not frickin' poop in this. Because it's illegal to poop in transit as well. You can't ride in a truck bed camper while it's moving. Pooping in transit. That's also the name of my new Funktronica Vaporwave Fusion band. I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day, and I've been working on the railroad. Do you have children, detective? 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 The F-350 is quiet for its size. And also is the 6.8-liter Triton V10 making 362 horsepower and some 457 foot-pounds of torque. It's a truck that's more agile than it probably has any right being. We've read some reviews that harp on the 5.4-liter V8 not being stout enough for this kind of job, which is all the more reason to go for the V10 if you get the chance. Because while it's the same engine as a food truck, it can still move like a chaperone who thinks he smells weed. The F-350 has good towing capacity, as the camper is around 4,600 pounds unloaded. You don't get much in the way of safety in this truck, just anti-lock brakes and the federally mandated front airbags. If nothing else, its resale value will hold for years to come, since trucks are a national institution. Americans will buy them new, they'll buy them used, they'll buy them with high towing capacity, low towing capacity, tons of storage room, or hardly any whatsoever. A quad cab truck is as American as only caring about soccer once every 4 years. So you only get around 10 miles a gallon. So what? Fuel economy isn't really what you buy this truck for. It's here for hauling. Mods include steel ply tires, extra leaf and air suspension in the back, and an air intake for the engine. The Triton V10 was the engine introduced to replace Ford's 7.5-liter V8, and it was designed with a fail-safe cooling system that protects the engine in the event of cooling loss. It does this by operating on half of its cylinders if the engine overheats. It has 9.2 to 1 compression, cast iron cylinder block, aluminum cylinder head, and the representation of bootstrap idealism for the American dream. It's a truck for work, and a truck to accommodate and escape from that responsibility. It's pretty natural to equate camping and RVs with older generations. And I'm not even talking about boomers at this point, really. The annual North American Camping Report claims that millennials make up the largest number of campers today. 41%, just above the 36% for Gen Xers, and the 18% accounts for real baby boomers. Maybe it's the rise of glamping or being seen as an outdoorsy type on social media, or maybe it's just a genuine interest in nature, a chance to bond with family and friends and even the kids. Even if it's for cynical reasons, there's something cool about the notion of younger people taking advantage of the opportunity that the outdoors affords them. Even if it's for cynical reasons or even ironic reasons, there's something cool about the notion of younger people taking advantage of the opportunity that the outdoors affords them. Because even if you need to bring the comforts of home along with you, rustic scenic nowheres are beautiful places to be. Most times. Now, this report was released for 2019, long before These Times trademark. But if you're really looking to get out, then it kind of makes sense that the RV could be your escape hatch for These Times trademark. But where have times ever been certain? Passing the summer away, just being in nature on your own terms makes about as much sense as anything else does.
Whoa, whoa, off I go. I'm in love with the outdoors, man. Whoa, whoa, off I go. I'm in love with the outdoors, man.